Buddy Bat and Kennedy Cat. Written by Ed Rosek. Narrated by Lara K. Crawford. The moon was orange, and the sky was black. The night was cool, and Halloween was back. Kids in costumes filled the neighborhoods, collecting candies, treats, and goods. But not all were happy and laughing. Not all were giggling and excited. Some were lonely and sad, not at all delighted. Though many had pals and besties and buddies, some were left alone, without somebody. This is a story of two critters alone, who went out that night where the moonlight shone, to watch trick-or-treaters until the night's end, each hoping to find their very own friend. This is the story of Buddy Bat and Kennedy Cat. Buddy Bat lived in a cave with his family and neighbors. Everybody mostly slept through the day and went out in the evening, busy, trying to find food. They flittered and fluttered, trying to catch bugs. No time for friends or pals or hugs. No time to stop and talk and chat. Well, that was simply the life of a bat. Buddy wanted to slow down and find a pal, somebody he could stop and talk to and hang out with, somebody with whom to share stories and chat about stuff. He needed a close friend. So this evening, instead of looking for bugs to eat, he flew into the nearby town to watch the Halloween fun and maybe, just maybe, find a new friend. Kennedy Cat just sat and sat. She just wasn't into this or that. She was bored and tired of balls and strings. She dreamed of enjoying other things. Other cats brought no delight. They slept all day and played all night. They'd jump and frolic and scratch and fight. It had all become boring, to no end. What Kennedy wanted, what Kennedy needed, was a friend. It was Halloween again, and trick-or-treaters were heading out to have fun. Kennedy Cat remembered the Halloween festivities last year. She recollected watching all the kids in their costumes going up and down the street, laughing, talking, and so very excited. They all carried bags and buckets, but she didn't know what was in them. Each homeowner put something into those bags and buckets. Then off the kids would run to the next house. How silly it all seemed to her. But at least the children had friends. Kennedy wished on a star for her own special friend, if only for one night. Buddy Bat used his sonic hearing to find the busiest neighborhood. It was full of kids in costumes, noisy, loud, and happy. Here I can find a friend, he thought. He spotted a tree to land in. He swooped down and found a perfect branch to hang from. It was always fun to just hang out and watch the festivities. There goes a ghost in a sheet of white. That can't be a friend. It doesn't feel right. But there goes a witch with a tall hat. She's all in black, but she's not a bat. There's a superhero. He looks like me with a mask and cape. Imagine that. But without wings. He's not a bat. He saw a monster. He saw a frog. He saw a bunny, a fairy, and a dog. Hanging there, he thought, this may never end. Every kind of creature, but no bat friend. Kennedy Cat walked the fence between the buildings. She could hear happy voices, laughter, and lots of noisy noises. Maybe, just maybe, I can find a friend tonight, she thought. She dropped down off the fence and laid under a beautiful maple tree. She wagged her tail slowly in a friendly manner, hoping to find a friend. She saw a princess, a goblin, and a cat. One of them was dressed up like a cat. That could be my friend, thought Kennedy. She made a loud meow. But the goblin, the princess, and the cat all ignored her and continued on. She sighed. This isn't as easy as I thought. Buddy Bat heard the meow directly below him. He arched his back and rolled his eyes toward the ground. It was some sort of creature with big, sparkling blue eyes. I heard you meow, he said, looking down at the strange animal. Kennedy Cat tilted her head way back and looked up at him. Sorry I scared you, she said. Are you a bird? Or a flying mouse? No, he replied. I'm a bat, and don't worry, you didn't startle me. I don't scare easily. Seems I scare others more than they scare me. What are you doing down there? I was bored and came out to watch the humans go trick-or-treating, Kennedy Cat replied. What are you doing up in that tree? And why are you upside down? We bats like to rest upside down. Makes it easier to take off and fly. That's why we hang like this. And actually, I was bored as well, Buddy Bat replied. I'm here to see the trick-or-treaters too. They're fun to watch, so happy and laughing and friendly. I love their happiness and laughter and friendships too, said Kennedy. Those are some of my favorite things about humans. You should come up here, Buddy Bat suggested. You can see so much better. Okay, Kennedy replied. She jumped to her feet, quickly bounded up the tree, and walked along a branch near Buddy. Oh, yes! You can see well up here, she exclaimed. Very well. You're an interesting-looking animal, Buddy said kindly. My name is Buddy. You're a very interesting-looking animal, she said back. My name is Kennedy. It's nice to meet you, Buddy. Buddy and Kennedy watched the trick-or-treaters trick-or-treating. They laughed together when they saw funny costumes and tried to guess what could be in the bags and buckets the children carried. It was so interesting to watch. They talked and talked and talked, and watched and watched and watched. They laughed and laughed and laughed. They liked each other's company. Buddy Bat and Kennedy Cat were becoming friends. And that was that. She liked him, and he liked her. They had some things in common. Both were black and both had fur. Neither cared, not at all, that he was short and she was tall, and they didn't mind, not a single bit, that he hung upside down, while she would sit. He loved to fly, and she liked to walk, but what they both enjoyed most was to talk, and talk, and talk. Buddy Bat and Kennedy Cat spent hours talking and laughing, and just being, well, friends. They stayed out all night frolicking around the neighborhood. The trick-or-treaters had long gone to bed. Buddy flittered around in the air to show Kennedy how fast he was. Kennedy jumped up on fences and garbage cans and cars. They were so impressed by one another's abilities, so different from their own. They helped each other with little things, like a bug in her fur and a twig in his wing. Suddenly, they realized the night was ending. The sun was coming up. Time to go home. "Good night, Buddy Bat," Kennedy said. "Good night, Kennedy Cat," Buddy replied. "You are a good friend," she said. "You are my best friend," said Buddy, happily fluttering his wings. "See you next Halloween?" she asked. "Nope," he replied. "No?" she responded sadly. "No," he replied once more. "Kennedy Cat, you are my best friend, and best friends spend time together. I want to see you every chance I get." Kennedy Cat smiled a huge smile and said, "I agree. You, Buddy Bat, are my best friend, and best friends spend lots of time together." "See you tomorrow?" he asked. "See you tomorrow," she said. And with that, they turned away from each other and headed home. Both smiled, each happy to have a new friend. Buddy Bat and Kennedy Cat are best friends. And that is that. Is there a secret message in Kennedy Cat's necklace? Oh dear, it seems so clear. Can't find a friend at all. Been looking round all over town. Been walking every wall. Looked under cars and up to stars. My pal I did not see. Till I found you and said how do, and you so kindly called. "Hey there, little cat, I'm a nice little bat. Could you be the friend for me? You don't have to look like a cat in a book. If a true blue friend you'll be. You don't have to chase rats, I don't care, even if you have some fleas. Any little cat who's a nice little cat is the right cat friend for me." Any little cat who's a nice little bat is the right cat friend for me. Buddy Bat. You are my very best friend. This has been Buddy Bat and Kennedy Cat. Written by Ed Rosek. Narrated by Lara K. Crawford. Copyright and production copyright 2018 by Ed Rosek.